get into LSR, you have to constantly work and work because everyone seems better than you at something or the other. Well, the campus could be a problem for some people because it's very small.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the third episode of Perspectives. And on today's episode, we have with us Shreya Verma, who is currently a second year student at Lady Shri Ram College for Women. She's pursuing her BA in journalism there. So, hi, Shreya, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Ashi. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing fine.
Yeah, I'm also doing well. How are you feeling coming on the podcast?
I feel amazing. I feel really grateful. And I'm just really excited.
Okay, so let's directly dive into the questions. Let's first of all talk about your first year experience at Lady Shri Ram College for Women. Like, how is it?
So, starting from the first day, it was everything I imagined and so much more. I I was blank when I entered. I was filled with so much enthusiasm, so much nervousness. And it took me quite a while to get used to it, to get used to the campus, the people, the professors, the way things worked around. But it was an amazing experience overall. I learned so much. I explored things that I could never imagine doing in school because I was a very shy kid in school, and I sort of opened up in college. I started exploring so many new horizons, and it has truly been a wonderful experience.
Sounds great. So, now that you know a lot about LSR, like how would you describe LSR in one word?
It's magical. It's truly magical. Everyone in LSR talks about the magic of LSR. It's a common phrase that goes around in college, and the red walls of the campus are truly magical. You feel a different sense of community when you enter the campus, and it's beautiful.
Okay, so let's now talk about your course, okay? You're pursuing BA in journalism, which is a very less talked about course when it comes to Delhi University, and very less people know about the course. So let's talk about your course. Why should one do BA in journalism when it comes to Delhi University? Like, what's the legacy of the course and the brand value when it comes to the course specific?
So, when we study journalism in LSR or in Delhi University as a whole, it's not centric to journalism only. We study advertisement, we study broadcast, radio, print, we study PR, we study marketing. So, it's quite a lot. It explores like a lot of various sectors. And on top of that, why I pursued journalism is because I was actually really interested in it since I was a child. I was very sure that I was going to pursue journalism, whether it be DU or in a private university. So I was very head set on pursuing journalism. And also everyone really said that I was quite a yapper since I was a child, which you'll be getting to know throughout the podcast as well. So yeah, I mean I'm learning quite a bit. It's a very practical field. We get to learn the camera, we get to learn production, we get to know sounds, lighting, everything, and it's beautiful.
Okay, so as we discussed, that BA in journalism is a very underrated course. Why do you think so? BA journalism is an underrated course. Any reason specific for that?
I think some people don't opt for journalism because the contemporary journalism is quite controversial, if I may say so. And on top of that, journalism is not a field that is well conveyed to the people who are exploring, career opportunities. It's not a thing that is addressed in career counselings. It's as much from my experience. I mean, I have had to reach out to people to learn more about the course, more about the job opportunities after the course. Nobody really has an idea of what BA honors in journalism entails, and even I did not. I did not have any idea, even after so much research, of what all I would be studying. And it is only after I got into college that I got to know that there's so much that I did not know about the course. It's not just theory, it's not just about TV journalism, it's not just about reporting. It's so much more, and I think when people actually get to know it and learn about it in schools and before they enter college, then I think the hype around the course would increase more.
I truly agree to that. Let's now come to your college. LSR is a very famous college when it comes to Delhi University, very talked about. The number one reason is a very famous girls' college, and the number second reason is the placements and everything. The legacy is still there, and I believe it will be. So, when it comes to every college has its own flaws and disadvantages. What disadvantages or flaws do you think being at LSR is?
So there's a lot of competition naturally. I think it goes around for every good college in DU, and to be honest, every college in DU or privately as well. But there's a lot of competition. There's also I've heard a lot of my seniors say that there's no place of mediocrity in LSR. When you get into LSR, you have to constantly work and work because everyone is looks seems better than you at something or the other. Everything is intimidating. Everyone is doing their own thing, and you open LinkedIn, you talk to anyone in your college, you feel like they're doing so much and I'm doing nothing, and that's just your imposter syndrome kicking in because you are very worthy of being there. You're as worthy as anyone else of being in that college, but you just never feel enough, and your self-worth takes a huge hit when you're in college. So yeah, I think that is a major drawback that I faced, but also the people are so sweet that they really helped me overcome it as well.
Anything else, like just the competition?
Yeah, pretty much. Because the campus, okay, well, the campus could be a problem for some people because it's very small. But I personally did not face that problem because I like, homely, comfortable, small spaces. I never had a thing for big campuses. Like Hansraj has a big campus, or other out of DU colleges. IIT DTU has major campuses, but I honestly don't like it as much, so it wasn't a problem for me. It could be for other people, but yeah, I haven't faced any such big problems.
Okay, so now let's talk about preference list because it is the most talked about topic when it comes to now, because as the CUET results will kick in, everything will be so cluttered on the internet. Let's clear about the preference list for BA in journalism, the top 5 colleges.
So there are very few colleges in DU that teach journalism, beginning with that. So my preference list was LSR at top. It was my first preference. Then Kalindi was my preference because I wanted to go to a girls' college, and also Kalindi has a great journalism course. After that was Delhi School of Journalism. There was DCAC, and I I don't even remember what the fifth college was. I think these were the four major colleges where I applied for journalism. After that, it just stopped mattering where I would get, because these four colleges are ones that actually have good journalism courses that I've heard of in DU. So yeah.
Doesn't IPCW has journalism as a course?
Oh yeah, IPCW. Yeah, yes, it was in my preference list. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how did you forget that college only North Campus, right? So okay,
Right.
let's talk about your CUET score because you got into LSI. You must have a very great CUET score. So what was it?
So my percentile was 98.8 something, and my score was 780, 780 something, 788 something like that. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but it was in the 780s.
Okay, that's a great score. What do you think is the cutoff for your course at LSI? Not any other college. Let's talk about LSI because most of the
Right.
people prefer LSI.
Right. So the last year when I was checking preference lists and I was checking about cutoffs and everything, at that point it showed 97% I think, and this year when I checked it was 99%. So the competition is quite there and it's a lot. So yeah.
So let's now talk about CUET because you had a good score. You might have gotten a good score in general test as well because it is something that literally makes or breaks your entire aggregate of score. So some tips for general test for the people who will be giving CUET next year. Some tips, like 3 tips.
Right. So I am sorry that I have to disappoint you, but I did not give the general test. I only give the domain exams and I only gave English because I was confident in my courses, that the things that I've studied in school and my NCRTs. I treated my NCRTs like the holy grail. I actually did sign up for the GT. I did apply for it. I took a nap during the exam, so I did not give the GT exam botte. So yeah.
Okay, so let's talk some general tips about CUET. Three tips.
Okay, so the first would be consistency. I'll admit I am not an academically bright child. I'm very average at academics. It's not my forte. I am more of an extracurricular child. So I knew that it was not going to come naturally to me. My boards were messed up as well. So I had 1 month to study, and I knew that I had to be consistent with my efforts. And I just put in like 6 hours every day, and I was just studying, and I was consistent with it, and that helped me a lot. Second thing would be just smart work. You don't have to memorize everything. I have seen people studying for English exams and they were learning synonyms, antonyms, and they were learning the spellings of every word. Why? I mean, the words are going to be in front of your screen. You just have to know the answer. You can learn the words when you're in a great college, but you have too less of time to invest in doing things that you don't need for the exam, right? And the third thing would be just go easy on yourself. Just do mock tests. The best thing about CUET is there have only been two batches who have given the CUET exam for the UG, and so the questions are going to be redundant. The questions were very similar from the last batch when I gave the exam, and it's going to be the same for the upcoming batches as well. You just have to do the sample papers, the mock tests. Take one test every day, do it, see where you stand, study more. That's all you need. You just have to be consistent with it. It's not that hard. It's relatively easy. You just have to put in the time. So yeah, those will be my 3 tips.
Okay, so you had humanities or commerce as your subject in class 11th and 12th?
I had humanities.
Oh, okay. Now we are coming to the very famous and very important segment of the entire podcast. This is the myth and truth segment. When it comes to LSR, there are a lot of myths, and those are definitely needed to be addressed when it comes to the people who are literally studying in LSR. They need to address it. So there are some few myths, like very less. So you have to answer if that's a myth or a truth. Let's start with the first one. Is LSR stricter in terms of academics?
It is. That is the truth. LSR really supports its academic students, and it's a little bit hard for people to pursue extracurricular activities because it's not as supported by the professors and the faculty in general. So it is a very academic centric college, and you have to have a good academics. Have to have good scores throughout the year, no matter what else you're doing. So that's the truth.
Okay, so the next one is that the people at LSR are toxic. What's your view on that?
That's the biggest myth. I If you're walking through the campus and you random strangers will be smiling at you. The people were so humble, so sweet, and when I got into ISR, so many I have relied on strangers' help because I would not have been able to make it even 1 week if it wasn't for the people who were already there in the college. Like random strangers have given me campus tours, random strangers have escorted me to the classes because everything is a mess and you have no clue what to do in the beginning. So everyone has been so sweet and everyone is ready to help you all the time because you everybody knows how much competition there is and you have to have each other's back all the time. So I personally have had a really amazing experience with people.
Okay, that sounds nice. The next one is that you exist in FOMO when you are in LSR. Yeah, that's it.
FOMO as in what kind of FOMO? Can you elaborate more?
That's a method truth segment. I cannot elaborate it. Like FOMO in
Okay,
the sense of
so
everything when it comes to the activities, extracurriculars, or even friends. So generally,
So I think being in LSR is sort of whole on its own. You might feel FOMO when it comes to DU elections or things like that, but I haven't honestly met any LSR person feeling FOMO in that sector. Like everyone is really happy being in South Campus, and nobody misses North Campus and CUET colleges after you're in LSR. So not no FOMO in terms of that. Apart from that, when you're in LSR, you're able to pursue whatever you want. You get plenty of chances to explore the other colleges, DU as a whole. You get to explore all the activities, all the fests, and everything. So, not in terms of that, I don't think you're going to feel any FOMO.
okay. So let's talk about the society culture at LSR. How is it?
It's been fairly fairly nice. I was a part of 4 societies in first year, and in second year now I am a part of two as till now. And it has been amazing. The people are really helpful. They do understand that you are new to college and you don't understand how things function, so they'll spoon feed you for quite a while. They'll teach you how everything goes around. And again, it all comes down to the people. My seniors have been super supportive everywhere I've taken part. The professors have been relatively nice as well. So the society culture is really nice. When it comes to performative societies like the dramatic society, the dance society, I was a part of the dramatic society. I do theater. It's just very time consuming. It takes a lot of your times. You rarely get to attend classes during the fest season. So these things can be a drawback, but I personally enjoyed it thoroughly because I got to perform at such amazing colleges. I performed in a lot of DU colleges, and it has been such a beautiful experience. I had a team. I shared all those fests, all those you know practices. I honestly spent like my whole second semester with the dramatic society, and it was amazing. Although one drawback can be that you don't get to enjoy fests because you're performing in the fest season a lot, so you won't get to dress nice and dance. Because I personally because of my character, I had to put alta on my feet, so it looked very weird when I would wear dresses with alta. So those things can be a drawback, but when you're a part of performing society, you sign up for it, so you naturally enjoy it a lot. So yeah, it has been a good experience overall.
Okay, so as the first years will be coming in college, what are some tips or takeaways that you would like to share with them?
Just soak it in. Wherever you end up, whether it's LSR, whether it's Miranda, whether it's IPCW, whether it's Kalindi, whether it's Bhagini Nivedita, wherever you are, just soak it in. Every place is so full of opportunities, and if you meet nice people, if you're doing your best at the opportunities that you're provided, if you're constantly exploring, working on yourself, you're going to be just fine. It's not going to affect you if you don't end up in a good college, a so-called good college, let's say. And if you're entering a new space, just try to meet people, just try to talk to people. It's a new place where your school experience, your past experiences does not matter. It's a new start, and it was something that I was very grateful for because I hated my school. So college was a new beginning for me, and I absolutely loved that. I met so many new people. I talked to new people. I made new friends. I used to go out with them all the time. So just let things happen to you. Don't try to do things the right way. Don't try to have control over your situation. Let it flow with you. Let the wind take you wherever it takes. Just soak it in for a while, and it's going to be amazing.
Okay, great advice. So, LSR being a South Campus college, and the generally talked colleges are the North Campus colleges. Is LSR being a South Campus college differentiated a bit, or do you feel a disconnect when it comes to colleges, so called good colleges again, the North Campus colleges? What's your view on that?
I personally, I wanted to go to a South Campus college because I did not want the crowd that North Campus had to offer. It might be someone else's cup of tea, it wasn't mine. Apart from that, I do not necessarily feel a disconnect because, sorry, as I said, the experience within college is already so fulfilling that you don't feel the need to explore anything else. But also, people only get out of their college and explore other colleges during the fest season only, and you still get to do that being a South Campus college. Coming to the treatment that I get for being in a South Campus college, honestly it has not been any different because LSR is still a good college. And when I tell people that it was my choice to be in LSR, it just stops mattering there. I chose this life, I am very grateful for it, and your opinion does not mean anything. So I don't think that it would affect you at all if that is the life you want for yourself. And it is going to be amazing regardless. It is going to be spectacular, and LSR has so many events happening every day that you can't possibly attend all the events in your college only, so you don't want to go outside either. It's just that busy, it'll keep you busy.
Okay, so as you said, you always wanted to go to a girls' college. LSR being a girls' college, are there any flaws when it comes to going at a girls' college, being all surrounded by girls? Because general opinion is when you are in a girls' college, you tend to be more alienated or feel more insecure. What's your view on that?
I think I would highly disagree because when it comes to insecurity, I think LSR has made me more secure, if anything, in how I look, in how I perceive myself, in my abilities, in the way I dress. Uh, there is this certain norm that you have to carry yourself a certain way when you're in a co-ed college. Girls' colleges don't have any such restriction. Whether you're coming in pajamas, whether you're coming in salwar suit, whether you're coming in skirts and like revealing clothes however you want, low cut tops, nobody cares because you're not defined by what you're wearing, and that is a huge plus for a lot of girls there, because a lot of girls are coming from elite parts of Delhi, but also a lot of girls are coming from villages from Bihar and Jharkhand, and when it stops mattering what they're doing, what they're wearing, how they're speaking, they're actually able to work on things that actually matter. So one thing is that. The second thing is, I think I don't feel any sort of alienation. I feel a sense of safety. I feel a sense of belongingness in a girls' college. I went to a fest in Khalsa College, I think. No, I went to Shahid Bhagat Singh during fest season, and this girl was performing on stage. And the men who came to that fest, who were not from that colleges but some other colleges, they started hooting, and the girl had to stop her performance and get off the stage. That is something that we would never have to experience, and I'm honestly so grateful for it. um, I know that it is not, I would not be unsafe necessarily in a co-ed college, and I would be just fine there as well because I already have a lot of guy friends. But I enjoy being in a girls' college. I love being in a girls' college. I love being surrounded by women who relate to every bit of me, every struggle of mine, every joy of mine, and I get, and the shared experience that is there in a girls' college, that is something that I'll cherish for my life. So I am personally very grateful to be in a girls' college.
Sounds great. Let's now talk about internships because now you're in a second year and you might have done some internships in your first year. How was the experience and what are some advices that you will give to the people who haven't done any internships yet and want to crack internships in the future? So, that.
Right. So I'm currently doing internships as well. I plan to pursue it as well. Um, my only advice would be just don't get intimidated by other people. There's a reason you are where you are. Believe in your capabilities, believe in yourself, and just keep applying. Because I am a very competitive person, and the amount of failures I have seen after coming to college has truly broken me. And you have to face a lot of failures. You just need one success, but you are going to face rejection from everywhere. The amount of societies I've applied for and gotten rejected, the amount of internships I've applied for, the amount of companies I've cold emailed and gotten nothing out of, it is truly disheartening. But at the same time, I know that it's a shared experience of everyone. So my first advice would be make a LinkedIn. My second day in college, I was in the library making a LinkedIn account for myself. So make a LinkedIn. You'll meet a lot of like-minded people. Um, Make a resume. It's a very easy thing. Even if you don't have any prior experience of internships, list your school achievements, list the awards you've gotten, list the skills you have, and make a solid one-page resume. Not much design, just a simple resume. Apply. There's an option of easy apply on LinkedIn where you just have to post your resume. Easy apply to all the internships that are in your field that you want to work with. uh, don't even look at whether um, whether you're capable of bagging that internship, whether you will get it or not. Just apply mindlessly to as many internships as you can. You'll get one at the end of the day. Everyone gets one, whether it will be paid or unpaid, it does not matter, because when you have zero experience, you have to start unpaid as well. In the beginning, I also started unpaid, but I started in my school. If you haven't started yet, you can start with an unpaid internship. Don't beat yourself up if your friends are doing a paid one, if they are in a better company, at a better position, because they will be. It is going to happen. People around you are going to see more success. Some people, and you're going to focus on those people only. You're not going to pay attention to the people who are, uh, still a step behind you. So you're going to be constantly intimidated, but you have to not let it get to you, and you have to just keep trying, because trying is all you can do. So just believe in yourself and take it easy on yourself, because college is going to be really hectic on your mental health.
Yeah, I agree to that. Once you start applying, once you start taking the first step, everything else will be fine. You'll see failures, you will get into internships, be it paid or unpaid, but ultimately that's totally your decision, your ultimate goal. So I believe that was it for the podcast. Thank you, Shreya, for coming here. I had a great time talking to you. It was an amazing experience. Any closing statements?
Thank you so much. It was beautiful. It was something that I've always wanted to do. I'm not going to lie. It was on my bucket list for really long. So I had really fun talking to you. I really enjoyed sharing my experience with you, and I really hope it helps someone, because everyone is scared, and it's it's natural to be. Your life depends on it. A major chunk of it does. At least it seems to be that way. So it's natural to be scared, but the fear is the thing that is going to fuel you to get into a good college. And you're just going to be fine regardless. It's gonna happen, it's gonna go all fine. So yeah, that is going to be my closing statement, that it all works out in the end. Thank you so much.
Okay, okay. I'll link Shreya's LinkedIn in the description if you guys want to talk to her or ask any questions. You can also comment down. And thank you for watching the videos. Like to the channel, subscribe to the channel also. We'll be coming up with the fourth episode very soon. So make sure that you're subscribed. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you again. Bye bye.